Hey everyone, it's the Recycled Mom. Let me tell you, last week I was in some hot water. Welcome back to the Road to Recovery series. This is episode 5, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me on this journey. It's been 5 weeks, and it just keeps getting interesting. Before we get started, I do want to invite you, because I never do this, to subscribe to my channel and click the bell, because that way you'll get notified when I upload a video. The little bell notification will let you know when I'm uploading and when I'm going live. And I appreciate it if you subscribe, and if you like this video, all of that helps me out. And I will get started right quickly with updating my progress. I lost 1 pound even after we went to Busch Gardens and we ate. I ate some food and sweet things that I don't normally eat, and even through all of that, I still lost a pound. I'm down. So how many pounds does that make? 4, 5, 6 pounds so far since I started. Some of the things that I was dealing with big time at the park was my foot pain. Y'all, I just don't know what is going on with my foot. We went out to a Walmart there, and I bought a compression sock, and I also bought a brace, trying to figure out if it was my ankle or what's going on. It's probably arthritis. It just didn't help. So I had to take frequent breaks of sitting down. We tried to take the train a lot, just so that I wouldn't have to walk so much. It was slow. I felt like I was about ready to buy one of those little motorized carts and drive it around, but I'm not quite there yet. I'm gonna fight it. Amazingly though, I got lots of sleep. We all did. We were so tired. We would come back, and by 10 o'clock, we were like, I'm falling out. I gotta go to sleep. So we would go to sleep, between 10 and 11, we're all like zonked, and getting up at 6. Even my dog, I told you we took Sully with us, snoozing. He would lay in his crate in the RV. Sometimes he would get out and lay on the floor, but sometimes he would just stay in the crate because he felt like that was comfortable, I guess. That was his chill place. And then at night, we kept him in his crate just because we had everything all pulled out, the sofa bed and everything. And he stayed in his crate right in our little back bedroom area. And he didn't whine, didn't do anything. He was just laid in there all night. He was a better dog while we were camping than he is here at home. He's a rotten mess here at home. So anyway, that was kind of nice that we were all sleeping very well, all 5 of us in the RV. Woo! Last video, I was triggered because of safety involving our tire inflation, the load weight that we had in the RV, and all these kinds of things. Those are huge safety issues as an RV owner that you need to be aware of. And there was a disagreement between my husband and I, but once we ironed that out and we got all of the information that we needed, then I felt safe for everybody, and we were good to go. I got a new water bottle. Got the little Busch Gardens things, and these little things, they look like little bubbles or crystals or something. What they are is a some kind of a gel thing that you can put this in the freezer. This will freeze up, and then it will keep your drink cold. So we bought these. There were 3 of them for a deal. They're $10 a piece, but we get cheap refills all year long with this. And then when we got back from Busch Gardens, I had a Conquer Facebook live session that I was able to join with our coach, Leslie Vernick, and I love it. So I've been working on that homework, and then I'm going to be continuing and picking things back up with my Bible study as well. With that said, here's a few pictures from our Busch Gardens trip.
He's just so cute.
Again and get nectar. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Oh my God.
Okay, so when I opened the video by saying I was in hot water this week, well, there's a lesson behind that. When you're camping and you get in a small confined space like an RV, or a cabin or a tent. It amplifies things that are already existing in your relationship, in your life. I was watching a video from Grateful Glamper, I think is her channel, and I'll put a link down to her channel in the description box. They are full-time RVers, and she had a video talking about really thinking about why you're buying an RV and why you're doing these things. And she was very open and honest, addressing, family situations and things that like an RV is not going to fix. An RV is not going to fix your marriage. An RV is not going to fix your family. What it is going to do is going to amplify or exacerbate maybe the things that are already there. So if there are already tensions, if there are already relationship issues, traumas, all it's going to do is going to reveal them more. It's going to make them worse. It's when that outside pressure comes in, and the pressure is being in that confined space, having to really minimize and work around each other. I mean, everything from shower to bathroom to getting coffee, eating, sharing all of that space. If there are tensions there, it's just going to make it worse. It's not going to make it better. A lot of people go into the RV life, oh, this is going to be so great. We're going to have all this family time, s'mores around the fire, camping's going to be great. And let me tell you, a lot of times it's not like that. It's not as glamorous or the glamping as everybody makes it out to be. So a lot of times it is, but there's a lot that goes along with that really can exacerbate bad situations. And if there is good, and if there's a lot of good, it's just going to be that much better. So that does go both ways, good or bad. I had an illustration that came to my mind that kind of really helps get this point across, and it is a tea bag illustration. I have a little mug here. In fact, I got this as from my secret sister for Mother's Day. It has my favorite verse on it. Yay! I have a tea bag. And when you take out a tea bag and you see, you can smell, oh, this is peach. This smells really good. But you can kind of smell, okay, this is peach, and I can smell maybe some cinnamon or some other things that are in here along with that, with the peach. But you have your tea leaves and your spices, and they're all in this nice little tea bag, okay? And they are easily, they move around, and it's all, dry and everything like that. But the hot water, when you put this in your cup and then you pour hot water over it, hot water is the pressure that will bring out what is inside the tea bag. So what is in your tea bag? What does this smell like? Is your smell a sweet savor, or is it going to leave a bitter aftertaste, right? Do we really know someone? Like we think we know them in their tea bag, like I think this is going to be peach. But then, when I actually tasted this and it doesn't look peachy, you would think that, peaches are orangey kind of color, peachy color, right? And you would think that the peach would be that color, but it's not. It's actually more of a red, which is surprising. It's a dark red. I would think peach would be peachy colored, more orangey colored. So I'm like, oh, that's a surprise. And then as I was drinking it, I could taste the peach, but I could also taste all these other things in there. And so that showed me that I don't really know someone as well as I thought I did by assuming what was on the package and what came out. So we fully get to know someone, get to know their character when the pressure's on. And when that water's on and everything in here is released, it's all coming out. What is inside your tea bag, what is inside here is going to come out. What is inside your mind, it's going to fill up in your heart. And out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, is what tells us in the Bible, right? My tea bag was showing this weekend being under that pressure of having to be in that space, and there needs to be more cooperation. There needs to be more grace and understanding. Patience definitely needs to be in the mix there. It made me think about, well, gee, I didn't think all of this impatience or this anxiety or this frustration and all these things that kind of pop up while you're in the camper I didn't really think all of those were in there until the pressure was on and it was released. And I'm like, ooh, that stinks. And you might be able to smell someone else's stinky, bitter tea bag. And it's like, woo, okay, we all need to sit down and clear out our tea bags. But when the pressure's on, right, what's inside will come out. It will be revealed. At that point, you can't hide it. And when I was making this tea bag, my son came into the kitchen and he said, boy, I can really smell that mango. And I'm like, well, it's funny. It's not mango, but it's peach. And he said, interesting. To him, it reminded him of mango. So he thought it was mango. So see, we all get these little expectations of what things are going to be, and then it's not. Oh, surprise. So we have to adjust our expectations while we're camping as well, or when we are in stressful and situations and the pressure's on. What I also really like about this example was that when you pull your tea bag out after it's been in the water and after it's been soaking and you pull it out, well, it doesn't look like this anymore. It's all compressed and things have been soaked. It makes it look like it's been expanded a little bit. And but everything is, you pull it out and everything is all compressed down. And I thought, isn't that neat? Because the compression is not necessarily a bad thing. That has to happen for the tea and the flavors and the smells and everything to come out. It has to go through that compression. So it's actually good to go through the hot water, to go through the pressure and allow God to reveal what's inside, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. And that way you can begin to see what is the good and what is the bad. So you can make yourself a better blend of tea, if you will, so you can work on some things. You'd be like, okay, this particular blend is offensive, but this particular blend is sweet. So am I being a sweet savor to the Lord right now, or am I being bitter and nasty? So that was like a lesson, and how I was thinking about this when we were driving home, and just that tea bag illustration. I think it's just a perfect way to help us all to understand that we are growing, and when the pressure is on, there might be some surprising things that come out, and that's okay. We can still drink our tea, and we can still work on perfecting the blend. Maybe we need to add a little bit of sweetener. Maybe we don't. It's all an adjusting and growing process. And so I encourage all of you, the next time you have a cup of tea, that you think about what's inside your tea bag, and when the pressure's on, take a step back and say, okay, let's check, because I'm seeing some things here. Encourage your kids, encourage your spouse, to take a step back and analyze, like, what's going on here? We're smelling something that we didn't think was happening here. Or, I didn't realize I had all of this in me. So take a moment, go through that, allow yourself to be compressed and squeezed out so that you can see what you need to be worked on. It can be a positive thing. The pressure doesn't have to be the negative. It can actually be a positive thing if you just adjust your perspective on that. And until next time, peace, love, and healing, y'all.